In progress.
Okay, hello. My name is Jessica Fiona Lokomalana. I'm from Environmental Engineering 2023. At this video, I want to present about the integrasi pengelolaan limbah padat non-B3 antara PT KALTIM Methanol Industri dengan komunitas Kelurahan Guntung sebagai implementasi tanggung jawab sosial perusahaan kepada masyarakat. Or in English, we can say integrated of non-hazardous solid waste management between PT Kalti Methanol Industry and the Guntung community as a form of corporate social responsibility. So, this study focuses on how an industrial company collaborates with the local community to manage the solid waste in an integrated and sustainable way. The case highlights not only the technical aspects of waste management but also its economic, social, and environmental impacts. Now, I will begin with some background and the problem led to this study. So, for the background itself, Indonesia generates approximately around 68.5 million tons of waste annually. Improperly managed waste contributes to various environmental problems, including visual pollution, health hazards, and contamination of soil and water resources. Solid waste is also a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, particularly carbon dioxide or CO2 and methane or CH4. To address this, Indonesia has set a national target to reduce CO2 emissions by 29% unconditionally or up to 41% with international support by 2030. Therefore, effective waste management plays a strategic role in achieving national climate change mitigation goals. For the problem statement itself, so previously, Pataculti Methanol Industry or KMI and the Guntung community managed their solid waste independently, resulting in inefficiencies and increased operational costs for the company due to rising waste volumes. At the same time, the local community faced challenges in developing an effective waste management system due to limited training, insufficient funding, and a lack of resellable materials. The absence of collaborative framework between the industry and community created a gap in sustainable waste handling. This study addressed how to build an integrated, efficient, and community-based solid waste management system that benefits both environmental and socio-economic aspects through corporate community collaborations. And for the literature review, in here there are some literature review. The first one is the waste management includes waste collection, segregation, treatment, and utilization. So, um, in simple terms, this means that waste should first be collected properly, then separated by type. For example, like organic, plastic, paper, or metal, before it is either proceeded by repurposed. And the second one is the non-B3 solid waste. It's waste that does not contain hazardous materials such as paper, plastic, and then organics. So this focus of the study on B3 waste solid waste, which refers to solid waste that does not contain hazardous or toxic substances. And the third one is the concept of 3R, reduce, reuse, and recycle as the main approach. So, uh, according to the Ministerial Regulation number 13 of 2012, this concept is especially relevant to bank sampah or community waste bank in Indonesia. So the Bench's unique program applies this concept by encouraging households to separate waste, creatively reuse materials, and even recycle items like jumbo bags into shopping totes or used gallon bottles into flower pots. And the third is the CSR plays an important role in supporting community-based environmental management. Another important aspect is the role of CSR. So CSR is not just about the charity, it's about how a company contributes to the long-term sustainability of the community and environment around it. In this case, the PT KMI supports the Guntung community through educations, training, infrastructures, and ongoing support. This type of support empowers the community to be actively involved in environmental management and aligns the corporate goals with social impact. And the last one is the BSF maggot cultivation, an innovative method for household scale organic waste treatment. So, um, this aligns with urban initiatives and provides a circular solutions within the community. Overall, these concepts form structured waste management and 3R principles to community engagement the through CSR and innovative techniques like maggot cultivation. Now, in this slide, there are main regulations that support the waste management program out between PT KALTIM methanol industry and the Gunting community. The first one is Peraturan Pemerintah Nomor 22 Tahun 2021 tentang penyelenggaraan perlindungan dan pengelolaan lingkungan hidup. This regulation sets out the obligation of businesses to prevent the environmental pollution and damage. It includes rules for managing both hazardous and non-hazardous waste and emphasizes the sustainable environmental protection. In this case, it mandates PT KMI to take active responsibility for waste management and not only within the company but also in collaboration with the surrounding community. And then second one is the Peraturan Menteri Lingkungan Hidup Nomor 13 Tahun 2012 tentang pedoman pelaksanaan reduce, reuse, recycle melalui bank sampah. This ministerial regulation provides specific guidelines for implementing the 3R concept, reduce, reuse, and recycle through bank sampah or community waste banks. It supports waste segregation at the source and encourages public participants in waste management. The Bench's unique program is directly based on this regulation and follow its framework for collecting, sorting, and reusing waste in a structured way. And the third one is the Peraturan Menteri LHK nomor P10 Men LHK garis miring Setjen garis miring PLB garis miring 4 garis miring 2018 tentang pengelolaan sampah rumah tangga dan sampah sejenis sampah rumah tangga. This regulation governs the handlings of household waste and similar types of waste. It emphasizes the need for source separation, community-based waste reduction, and environmentally friendly processing methods. It strengthens the role of local communities like in Guntung in managing domestic solid waste effectively. And the last one is Undang-Undang Nomor 18 Tahun 2008 tentang Pengelolaan Sampah. This is the main legal framework for waste management in Indonesia. It introduces the principles of sustainability, the shared responsibility of government, industry, and society, and the need for integrated waste management system. It supports the collaborative model since in this case where PT KMI partners with the local community to manage waste sustainably. And this is for the part of methods and of study. For the location and time, the study location is based on PT KALTIM methanol industry and or PP KALTIM industrial area Bontang is Kalimantan and Kelurahan Guntung Bontang. And for the time or study period, The data collection period is from July 2021 until June 2022, or it's around 1 year. And then for the field observation period or MBKM, it's around 6 months in 2022. For the data collection method, the first one for the primary data, it's direct observation at the Bunge's unique waste bank site, and then interviews with program managers from both PT KMI and the local community, and then the observation of activities with sortings, recycling, maggot cultivation, and community training, measurements, volume of waste by type, revenue form with sales and utilization of maggot compost outputs. And for the secondary data, it's internal documentation and reports from PTKMI, and then monthly waste volume data from July 2021 until June 2022, CO2 emission calculations using the IPCC 2019 method, financial records from sales of recycled upcycled waste supporting literature journals, government regulations, and then the technical guidelines. So for the result and discussion, this is the result and discussion of waste identification type and then the quantity. So they identify the type amount of waste managed in the integration program between PT KALTIM METHANOL industry and the community of Kelurahan Guntung during the period of July 2021 to June 2022. The total collected reached around 18,026 kilogram, or about 80 tons per year. So the largest waste comes from paper and cardboard, followed by plastic bottles, organic waste, and metals such as aluminum and cans. So the main source of waste comes from office and household activities. The majority of waste generated is classified as non-B3 and can be recycled, while organic waste can be composed or utilized for maggot cultivation. And for this gap analysis between applied waste management versus the regulations, so these sections it compares the implementation of waste management in the field with the applicable regulation. In general, the program has met most requirements such as waste segregation at source, utilization of organic waste, and prohibition of open burning of waste. In addition, the program also provides added economic value to the community through the sales of recycled products. However, there is still a challenge in the consistency of waste segregation by all residents. The level of community participation is high thanks to the training and waste bank management. In terms of the environment, the program is able to prevent the carbon emission of 2.50 tons of CO2 per year, supporting the efforts to reduce the national greenhouse gas emissions. And for the solid waste management study, for the waste collections, the method is manual collection from office areas and residential households, waste collected regularly and delivered to the bench's unique facility. For the location itself, it's at PT KMI office buildings and community areas in Kelurahan Guntung. And for the facilities or infrastructures is are large plastic sacks, community carts, temporary drop points, or TPS still level at the waste bank, and then the storage bins at the PTKMI facility. And for the waste segregation, for the methods are manual sorting by type before transport, cleaning of recyclable materials, with or waste, segregation into paper, plastic, metal, and organic waste. And for the location is at sorting area at the bridges unit waste bank, household level, and then the pre-transport sorting by PetChem staff. And facilities or infrastructures is the colored containers for different waste type and washing stations for recyclables, tarpaulin, the comfort sorting tables, and then the community education posters. So this is the integrated waste treatment. For this recycling itself, it's gallon bottles reused as flower pots and jumbo bags reused as tote bags. And for the maggot cultivation is organic waste, food scraps, tofu dregs, and manure is used to grow black soldier fly or BSV larvae. And then the produces maggot feed and compost. And then the third one is farming. So it uses the recycled pots and compost from maggot farming. And there is no ecoenzyme or composting pills used. This is for the layout drawing. And as you can see in here, this is the layout. And then this is the side view of the integrated waste treatment non-hazardous. So methods of this study for the conclusion itself, the integrated waste management program between PT KALTIM Methanol Industry and the community of Guntung Village through the Pinches Unique Waste Bank has proven to have positive impacts, but in terms of social, economic, and environmental aspects, the waste management reaches about 18 tons per year with a large contribution from the community, generating economic value and also reducing the carbon emissions. For the recommendations, this program will be more optimal if the consistency of waste sorting continues to be improved, training and education are explained, and waste processing innovations continue to be developed. This model is also very feasible to be adopted by other companies as part of their CSR so that benefits can be felt more widely. So this is the reference that I got, and this is my presentation on the integrated non-hazardous solid waste management program between Patakalta Methanol Industrial and the community of Guntung Village. I hope that the result and recommendations presented will provide a clear picture of the social, economics, and then the environmental benefits of this program. Thank you for watching.